If your LinkedIn standards don't raise the bar, you're not getting hired. Every time you're on the lookout for a new role, the first thing a hiring manager does is scout your LinkedIn. They're doing a quick surf on your profile, judging you by how you look, what you talk about, what do you interact with, and is it matching the role you're applying for. These are some essential elements you must nail to definitely stand out on LinkedIn. First off, your profile picture. You need to do 3 things here. Have either a blurred or a flat background. Look at Brian Chesky, the CEO of Airbnb. Great example to understand how you should think about this. Second, have your face a little tilted. This is a psychological trick to state that you are approachable and friendly person. And third, have ample light on your face. This makes you stand out. Trust me, this sounds basic, but makes a hell lot of difference. The next thing is your name section. The name is fine. Use this little snippet to your advantage. Think of what you can do with 5 words. How can you build intrigue? It would just be what you do. For example, growth at cred or something more interesting like this. Next, move on to the talks about section. Make sure to just write 3 pointed things here and use words that indicate what you want your next role to be. Choose the city that you want to work in, not necessarily where you are currently. So for example, if you want a role in Bangalore and you don't belong to a tier 1 city, there is no harm in writing Bangalore because this indicates you're okay with moving. Maybe don't do it with an international role. Something most people miss out is the ability to add a link. In my experience, I've seen adding a Calendly link for a one-on-one call works wonders. It gives a clear CTA for a hiring manager to approach you. But think about it. You can even add a link to your portfolio and proof of work here. The featured section can really be used to showcase proof of work. So have some level of organization, a good thumbnail, clear 2-line description, and highlight only the most interesting projects you have taken. Here's a tip. Try and use GIFs for these posts as the movement attracts the eye attention toward the post. Coming to the about section. The only jobs to be done of this section is for the visitor to press see more. The idea is to create a very intriguing 3-liner story that cascades into the rest of the section. Look at this profile for example. At age of 5, I was rejected for a theatre audition because I was too young. When they wrapped up, I got onto the stage, re-performed the whole entire script alone, portraying all characters and walked away. Incredible. You can't help but click on see more to read the rest of the story. And then of course, it translates into how the story is connected to their professional life. Now, the experience section. The holy grail of your profile. One thing that people tend to miss out here is only write experiences where you have created some impact. Definitely write the current and the last company and other organizations where you have brought significant value. Don't just fill your experience with long paragraphs. One framework that always works is the STAR approach, which is situation, task, action, and result. What situations were you put in? What were the tasks that came with it? What actions did you go ahead and take? And what was the result of those actions? In the education section, please don't write schooling. Just stick to the undergrad and postgrad institutions. The skills section is often misconstrued. People tend to fill them with 50 skills. The idea is to show quality and demonstrable expertise in a few, not little emphasis on many. So pick your top 3 skills that indicate your positioning for the next role and try and get endorsement for those 3 only. Recommendations, when used right, will do wonders. Don't try and get 10 people recommendations from average people. Try and get only 1 from an expert in your domain. Someone who is known for their craft in the industry. This comes across as a glowing stamp of approval. And trust me, it stands out much more than the 10 average recommendations. That's it. Remember, consider your LinkedIn profile as a product. How will you help a hiring manager onboard onto it? What progressive disclosures and aha moments can you use to build intrigue? The aim is for hiring managers to leave feeling a little more confident about you as a contender for the role. After which, of course, comes in your interviews, pitches, and conversations. This was a snippet from what we cover during hiring hours at GrowthX. We help our members build their personal brand and optimize every small touchpoint in a hiring conversation. If solving growth problems with a community of top 1% growth leaders and operators sounds interesting, maybe GrowthX would be the right tribe for you. The link to become a GrowthX member is in the description. And trust me, there is only upside here. I'll see you in the next one.